Hello and welcome to the Fantasy Playmakers. Today kicks off the NFL's legal tampering period. So this is where we're going to start to see, teams agreeing to contracts, not just players from their own rosters. And we kind of have the first piece of big fantasy relevant news, and that is that James Conner is going to be re-signing with the Cardinals. And what makes this news kind of even more important is that right before that, we found out that Chase Edmonds was going to be signing with the Dolphins. So they were kind of a 1A, 1B in that backfield last year. James Conner was handling the early down work and then getting the goal line opportunities, whereas Chase Edmonds was very involved in the receiving game as a third down back. He was the primary pass catcher out of that backfield. But now with Chase Edmonds gone, the Cardinals gave James Conner a 3-year deal. It really seems like they're just going to be handing over the reins to James Conner to operate as the workhorse, and that is huge for fantasy football. Because honestly, even though Edmonds, was the receiving back and probably was the better pass catcher, James Conner is very competent in that role. He was targeted 39 times last year, caught 37 of those targets for 375 yards and 3 touchdowns. On the ground, he added 752 yards and 15 touchdowns. James Conner scored 18 total touchdowns. He was the running back 9 in PPR points per game. So this is a big, big deal for James Conner and his fantasy owners. Right now, I feel like he's got to slot in as probably like a high-end running back 2. A lot of times when we're looking at the running back position, you really don't have to be like an elite running back to produce for fantasy. You just need to be in a favorable situation where you're going to get the ball a ton. I really like to chase volume for fantasy, especially in redraft, and we kind of know that James Conner is going to be getting that volume. Really, the only thing for Conner here is he has to stay healthy. We know in years past he's been banged up. He's missed some games. He did play in 15 of their 17 regular season games last year, so that is great to see. And I think if you're a James Conner owner in Dynasty, you have to feel great about this. He's losing like the competition in that backfield. They're committing to him. I expect him to be the true workhorse there. Hopefully his body can hold up, but I feel like those are kind of my initial thoughts. I'm going to be posting videos like this for every, kind of big name player who signs today, tomorrow, in the future. So if you enjoy the content, do me a favor, hit that like button and subscribe to the channel. And I'm going to be putting out a similar video talking about Chase Edmonds in just a little bit. So look out for that. Thank you guys for stopping in, and I'll see you in the next one.